name's Tracy Leahy. I'm the Community Programs Coordinator at Penrith Council and I am the Project Coordinator for this project.
Hi, my name is Chris Edwards. I'm a Gumbaynggirr Ming from northern New South Wales, Nambucca Heads. I've been living in Penrith now for about 7 years and I'm an artist. I run my own business called Rimby Designs, which means salt water from my language, which is the Gumbaynggirr language.
My name is Henryk Topolnicki. I'm public artist, sculptor.
The idea was to bring community members together, Aboriginal community members, to talk about experiences around being older and younger and living in Penrith and all the environment and things like that. So hopefully we'll achieve that today. I think it's great. We've got a really great range of people, people from all across the city, different ages, different backgrounds.
It's great to be a part of this project with the Aboriginal community around Penrith, just to bring them together for one thing, like that they can be proud of and they can walk around and they can touch, they can hold, and they can, for the rest of their lives and their kids' lives, they can say, I've been a part of this project.
This project is for Penrith Council. I just got invited to participate, to work with Aboriginal artists and Aboriginal kids to develop a sculpture which would be sort of intergenerational, linking past and new in Aboriginal culture and Aboriginal history.
Well, today is our first workshop meeting, and today we're just going to introduce ourselves, who we are, what we're going to do and what we're going to achieve. Give the participants a number of sites they can allocate, because it's their project, so they'll pick the sites. We've got 3 sites for them to pick, what council gave us. Sit down with them, going to sit down, they'll be doodling on some paper, and we've got some clay, they can be modelling clay. I've got some wire also, they can cutting up wire and doing their own little baby sculptures. So I can take them all as a collaborative and look at them and say, oh, this is what this group really wants. It has got like tree roots or vines or these branches actually going up and around and holding onto the rock. You can actually turn that around too, see? And we can do some like silhouettes on the back of this sculpture.
Well, I was asked by Carol Garside from Penrith Council to come down and have a look what's going on, because I do like art, stuff like that.
You can have a tree that's already grown, and that's the mum and dad that have already grown.
This can be like a timber or a steel structure.
Well, what I was thinking is, you see snakes, they come out, they've got to heat themselves up to move around. Yeah. And that's what I think. I thought to myself, well, I used to see like snakes, some themselves on big rocks and things like that. And that's what I like to see, things like that.
Welcome back to our second facilitating meeting for this program. The first meeting went really well. Myself and Henryk got some really great ideas out of that first workshop, which went really well. So we've come up with a bit of a concept with some rocks and some steel, and it's going to look really great. So the second workshop here today is more about designing it, a bit more about the height of the plinth, what do they want on the plinth, what do the community and the ladies inside want to achieve, and what's going to be called, the title of it.
The last sessions went really well. We had all the participants attended, which I was really pleased about. yeah, there was lots of connections between people, which I think initially surprised me because people didn't know each other when they arrived, and although there was some that knew each other, there was a lot who didn't. So I think for me the connections were really important.
Stay away from here. Yeah, so that's where we are at the moment. First bit of forged rod.
How do you think it might transpire in the future once the public art is on site?
Well, I think it will encourage people to come together, the older generations and the younger generations. I think often we see that families are in silos, and also younger people prefer to spend time with younger people, but I think having a focal point will bring families together, and I think that really the siting of the fabrication will be very important, and that's why we are looking at places like parks where families can come together across the generations.
Final day, I mean, it feels great. I mean, it surpassed all the expectations. The happiness on people's faces is just so rewarding to see, and it's a genuine thing. I mean, you can't fudge excitement and happiness, and that's what's happening today. And I tell you, it's one of the best sort of days in my public art sort of career.
Thanks for inviting us along today. Can I start off by acknowledging a number of special guests that we have with us today, including the Honourable Andrew Constance MP, Minister for Ageing and Minister for Disability Services. Welcome, Andrew. And also a couple of the Aboriginal artists that have been involved in this project, including Chris Edwards, good to catch up with you again, Chris, and Henry Topolnicki. So welcome to everybody.
The key to this is that it's not just about the artwork. It's about the bond, the relationships that are being formed across different generations, from the young Aboriginal people that participated in this through to those older members of the Aboriginal community.
Everybody deserves some applause, Mr. Mayor.
And the fact that I'm standing here now, talking to you, working with indigenous people, listening to their stories, I sort of see it as a very important marker in my, not only in my professional career, but in my personal life. Thank you.
The rockoramus represents tribes. Tribes used to bring rocks in and place on top of one another to tell how many people or how many tribes are in that area at one time, and so which is really great. And then the steel coming up holding the rocks together represents community, represents the whole Penrith community, holding every people tight and as one in a community.